What's up, New York Jets fans? What's up, Americans? What's up, people around the world? We got to get that Jets chant in here, of course. Jets. All right, ladies and gentlemen. About an hour or two ago, I had a completely different idea about what this show was going to be about, and it's still going to be about the New York Jets. Listen, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Davante Adams thing, which I think could be a nothing burger. I'm not really putting too much stock into it until I see it happen, because but we can talk about it. The preseason is less than a month away. August 10th, the New York Jets get back on the field, and yes, it's preseason, but we're going to be able to watch the New York Jets play some football. So I'm excited about that. All the reports coming out, of the top defenses in the league, the top quarterbacks in the league, the top running backs and wide receivers in the league, all that stuff. I'm seeing all these stats coming out, and most people are saying that the New York Jets will have the number 2 defense in the league, right behind the San Francisco 49ers. Most people are saying that the New York Jets will have the second best running back in the league with Breece Hall, right behind McCaffrey. I'm off tonight, folks. So the San Francisco 49ers. So that week 1 game is huge. It's huge. And I almost do wish now that it was later in the season, only because it's like both these teams, if they are the 2 juggernauts that people are thinking are going to be some of the top teams in the league, up there with like the Ravens, maybe the Eagles, teams like that. I feel like it'd be better to see them week 5, week 10, something like that. And tonight I didn't announce it. I did not announce what the Midnight Mike show theater was going to be at the end of the show. Usually me and Maddie watch something. So what I'm going to do is I want to bring up the mood of the day and bring up the mood, just getting pumped for the regular season. And we are going to watch the highlights of the 2010 divisional playoff game between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots in Foxborough. And that's going to be fun. But now, like I said, about 2 hours ago, things changed a little bit. And I'm still not sure exactly how I'm feeling. Like, once again, I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I expect things like this to happen. It's embarrassing, not only for the country, but for the left, because obviously this person wasn't a right Trump supporter. I mean, why, that'd be stupid. But I've seen people come on and be on social media and say, oh, this attempt on Trump, this was staged. This was all planned. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If Trump was behind Biden by, and was losing the race and all this stuff, and it was a desperation thing, I still wouldn't buy it. But at least there'd be a motivation where you could say, oh, he's just trying to garner support. Before this happened, it was over. It was game over. Okay? So don't come at me with that crap. Now, once again, you can say whatever the hell you want in the comments. And as a matter of fact, I've got to know, and I hope Maddie and other people are watching this comment section. I want to know if this OG Jets is serious or just being a little bitch, And chances are or chances are he's having fun, because that's what we do here. We fuck with each other, we mess with each other. But we got to find out if this guy's serious, because he's acting all butthurt about something that any normal person wouldn't get butthurt about, which is why I assume he's having a good time, and I welcome that. You know what? I welcome anything. You could say whatever you want here, and I have no problem with it. I'm not going to block you. I'm not. Now, other people may block you. We've had Dolphins fans come in here, and they I know a lot of you Jets fans mess with them, and then eventually you know, block them. But I wouldn't block. Unless, and I've said this before, unless you're going to say something ridiculously racist or something that could hurt my channel. If you want to sit here and talk crap on the Jets, or you want to talk crap on me, or you want to, you know, be one of these idiots that I've seen on the internet making fun of the attempt on Donald Trump, be my guest. You know, that you're not going to get kicked off for anything like that. I believe in free speech unless it affects my channel, and that would be, you know, ridiculous racism or stuff like that. But anyway, the one thing that I have to say that about all this is I don't know another president, and I say president because he was our president. He will be our president again. I don't know another president who would come on after getting shot at, after having bullets whiz by his head, after getting shot in the goddamn ear, would stand up, push his Secret Service away, like part the seas of the Secret Service trying to get him to safety, pump his fists with blood running down the side of his face, and have the crowd just erupt like a WWE show. And I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's a showman. But regardless, when you're getting shot at, when you have a bullet hit your ear that was meant for your head, and you still have the balls to come out there and pump your fists in the air and say, you didn't get me, we're fighting, we're going to fight on. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm probably going to get demonetized just from that, but I don't even care. Donald Trump is the most badass president that we've ever had. I mean, let's be real. When Reagan and other presidents have had assassination attempts, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word, but it happened today. It's news. And I know people are going to say, don't get political on the show. I'm telling you right now, this isn't a political thing. This is world news. This is something that everyone's going to remember where they were, just like when Reagan was shot at, just like when other presidents were shot at, just like when the Challenger blew up, just like when 9/11 happened. Obviously, this isn't 9/11. This isn't the Challenger, but it's one of those events that's it's going to stick in people's head, and they are going to remember that Donald Trump got shot at, got hit, stood up with his side of his head bleeding, and pumped his damn fists. I'm sorry. That was unbelievable. And God bless President Trump. I hope he's okay. I'm hoping we get reports out. I'm on the air, so it's hard for me to sit here and find out what's going on. And I hope he's okay. He sure seems okay. But we'll find out, because we're going to bring in my co-host. And he is the one, he as soon as he sent me a message like, yeah, we're going to end up having to talk about something tonight. And I wrote back, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. This is something so big that it has to be talked about. What's up, Maddie?
What's up? Yeah, dude, people are saying this is staged. Maybe you shouldn't compare it to a wrestling event.
Good point. Good point.
No,
I wasn't.
Like I say,
I wasn't comparing. No, to be fair, I wasn't comparing the attempt at a wrestling event, but it's just the bravado that this dude brings. Like, I don't know if I could say that I would have enough like bravery or just no F's to give after being shot at to go and do what he did. I mean, that was incredible.
I would have just been crying. I mean, I stubbed my toe in the middle of the night, and I need to wake Kate up to be like, look, I need to just hold me. So
I need medical attention.
Speaking of, I actually got more medical attention this week and found out my knee is fractured. So it's been a banner week.
Oh, that sucks.
I've been running around on it for 2 months since that fall. And apparently they're like, yeah, so I have to go to a specialist for that. Anyhow, yeah, I'll be keeping an eye mostly on updates. I'll keep everybody updated. From everything I've seen that I can say that I actually believe is real, one of the people behind him was killed. The shooter was
That's sad.
killed. Yeah, absolutely. He seems to be doing fine. Um, I don't understand how you
When you
don't
say when you
secure.
say one of the people behind him, is it in if it's like Secret Service or if it was just
No, this is just a
a person
regular person,
attending?
just somebody attending
Oh
the rally.
God,
There's
that
rumor it might be a
sucks.
second one, but I can't confirm that, so I'm not going to say that that happened. I'm trying to figure out how you don't secure a rooftop like that's close enough you could fire a high-powered rifle from, even if it's outside the security zone.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand that.
in today's day and age, how does this happen?
Yeah, I just
There's
that's
like
still beyond me. Other than that, I think I mean whoever the shooter was, he just gave Trump the election. If there was any doubt, it's gone now. Whether you're a Trump guy or you're not a Trump guy, and I'm staying apolitical on this one. All I'm going to speak are some facts. He was already winning really
that.
pretty
Yeah,
handily, and this is, I mean,
it was
Jesus Christ.
already looking to be a landslide victory, and now we're possibly looking at something like Reagan Mondale.
Yeah, I mean, but
Like
I said on Twitter, are we just going to start calling him Teflon Don now? I mean, he's fucking bulletproof too.
it's unbelievable.
It's amazing. And furthermore, could somebody just marry Jodie Foster so these guys will quit doing this? You know who's just doing it to
be
her.
fair, when Hinckley shot Reagan, Jodie Foster, it was not known that he thought he had a chance. You know,
Hey,
I shoot the president. You know,
I know lots of dudes that think they have chances with lesbians all over the place. maybe it was for I don't know. I'm not going to name another actress because I wouldn't want to like actually put them in this as a joke, like you know what I mean? Because this is serious. But this is crazy shit. And again, though, if there's any doubt whether you are Republican, Democrat, or anything else, the fact that this happened straight up I mean, if Donald Trump doesn't win this election, I don't understand how now. I mean, I just do not.
Well, it'd be a real hard sell, especially like I said, we were talking about it, especially since he already was way ahead in in every swing state. And he was ahead. Honestly, I watch this stuff. I'm very into politics. I like checking, the algorithms of all the different polling and whatnot. I don't go by one poll. I take the aggregate of all the polling and look at it. And he was ahead by a little bit in all the swing states before the debate. The debate put him even further ahead.
He wouldn't have needed to stage this for votes. So.
Exactly.
Exactly. And an innocent person lost their life, which is not acceptable.
Well, and another thing is that let's all put ourselves in a presidential position. You're going to say that if this is staged, you're going to tell me that Trump said to a shooter, now he got the best shooter in the world, let's say the best marksman sharpshooter you can find, and said, hey, from 100 yards away, I'm going to need you to don't kill me, but graze my ear. Shoot me through the ear.
Yeah, did he hire Bullseye?
Yeah, I don't care how good of a shot you are. I'm not taking that chance.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the biggest thing that needs to be addressed, though, is the fact that this person was so obsessed with something like politics that they were willing to take the life of somebody who had no reason to die. I think that's the biggest thing I have. You know, I don't want anybody to get shot, but like when you become a politician who's running for president, you know, you're aware of the risks that are involved. But just a regular person who's out at just showing their support for somebody that's unacceptable. And I know that I'll be checking. And so if you see me looking down, I'm probably trying to figure out what's going on or getting more updates. But it's not okay for somebody to think that they're so important that they can kill some strange person in an attempt to take out a political candidate. I don't know what's going on with OG. I have no idea.
He says, I don't get it. If OG keeps talking about how bad this channel is, why are you still here? I'm so confused. I honestly am going to stick to the fact that I think he's fucking with everybody, just like I fuck with Maddie. I call him short and tell him he's ugly. And then he jabs at me back and tells me he bangs my mom. Yeah,
Also true.
it's just that's how we do it. So that's what I'm thinking. And if he's serious, I hope he lets us know so we can eviscerate him. That would be great. I would have a lot of fun with
Well, I
that.
think part of the problem too is there's nothing much to talk about right now with the Jets. I mean, it's there's nothing much with football. There's the whole Devontae Adams thing, which I think is just Aaron Rodgers trolling the press. And until we get a little closer to training camp, we got a 2-hour show. We got plenty of time to talk about nonsense. And believe me, monkey is my business, and business is a booming.
Well, that's the thing. It's like once I wasn't obviously I had no, but I had things to talk about. But this is something that is to me. If this happened to Biden, if this happened to RFK, if this happened to any other presidential candidate, that's such big news that I feel like it has to be addressed.
And Richard Simmons died today. Good looking out, Dana.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And honestly, I'll be fair. I always liked Richard Simmons.
I never had anything against him. He was silly, but he had his shtick.
Yeah, and did you ever see his appearances on Howard Stern?
No, I didn't. I bet they were hilarious.
Oh, Howard made him cry and leave the studio so many times because Richard Simmons is like asexual, like he doesn't want to talk about things, whatever. And Howard, of course, kept trying to like probe at him and
kind of like when Metz comes on our show.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, because you know what? I think
I had to say that because Metz just popped up in the comments. What's up, big guy?
Okay. I love this comment, which once again, just like when Monica got shot. I love it. Hey, Hyro. Hyro's in here. What's up, man? I haven't seen him in a while. We got some new people in here. I don't know who Retired is. Toxic just follows Bobby Midnight. I wish he would stay on his own channel. Bobby is not only on his channel for 24 hours a day, but he also takes the other, let's say, minute or two of the day that there is. Like he'll be on his channel for 23 hours and 58 minutes, but he'll take those 2 minutes to make sure he goes over to Jake Asman and goes over to Gunny and goes over to Midnight Mike and goes over to all these other people. Like Bobby is a legend. Let's not be upset with Bobby.
Yeah, I would argue Bobby is the most prolific Jets content creator who creates absolutely zero Jets content.
Dude, that's a great way of describing Bobby. That is a great way of describing Bobby's channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is I have my co-host of Jets Uncovered in the green room ready to come on, Honest Abe. I will bring him in 1 second. But before we do that, I do want to just address all of our channel members. Guys, free thing you can all do. Hit that like button down below. But I need to know, the one thing I need to know is,
are you in the Mafia?
Are you in the Mafia? Are you a channel member and part of the Midnight Mafia? Well, if you are, I'm about to give you a shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, our Midnight Mafia channel members. First off, we got Dano. Dano is live Friday nights. Make sure to check him out. There he is, Bobby Woodward, Ted Q, Nate, Scott F, Lisa, Dre Day, the Jets fan, Jaden D, Ricky NY, Clancy NY, Wild Wave, the big fella, Mets 2128, Cousin Kenny, Kim. There he is, OG Jets fan. Now he was gifted a channel membership. M3 siblings. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the Midnight Mike Show and the Midnight Mafia. We really do appreciate it. Another pop-up stream will be coming soon. And you guys are the ones who have access to that. And that's the one where I'll talk Jets, but I'll talk about a bunch of other things too. It's always a blast. Honest Abe coming in. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Always good to see you. You missed a complete Jets Trump getting shot like alignment. And that's if Rodgers ended up wrong.
Wait. I just want to say you're right. Woodward is wrong. I was actually listening to a Melrose Place podcast earlier. It's Amanda Woodward, Bobby Woodruff. Sorry about that, guys. Bobby Woodruff. I know who we're talking about here. Okay, go ahead, Honest Abe.
Of course, my sincerest of apologies. There's the Jets Trump connection, and that's if Rodgers ended up running for vice president, he'd probably continue to do so, and now at no point whatsoever would he have won it. It wouldn't have been close. I mean, probably wouldn't have won it anyway, but now we would have locked it in today, and we'd be even more screwed with a guaranteed loss. So this is a win for Jets fans.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, No, but let's honestly, we talked about it at the time. Did anyone take that seriously? Like, at no point did I ever think that Rodgers was going to run it with VP with RFK. Like, come on.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's right up there with the Devontae Adams thing, right, for me.
Well, this Devontae Adams thing is getting more and more interesting, and not so much because of what Rodgers said, but because of the new documentary, whatever it is, on Netflix, Receiver, and Devontae Adams pretty much saying, hey, I'm getting killed out here every single goddamn play. I need to get out of here. I think there's more truth to it.
I have not seen this. What is this documentary we're talking about?
Yeah, if you pay up, there's this new streaming service called Netflix. If you go on there,
you the CDs for your movies.
Yeah, they still send it.
Yeah, you send it back.
No fuck faces. I know they quit doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a documentary. When did it come out?
It's in the last few days, I want to say. It's a series, just like they did with quarterback last year. They're doing it with receiver.
Cool.
And Devontae Adams is in it, along with, I want to say Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, George Kittle, send somebody else as well. But Devontae Adams basically said that he's getting killed in Vegas and he needs to get out. Now, there's a lot of talk this past offseason that he didn't really feel like that he pushed hard for Antonio Pierce to get the head coaching job. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. That can mean, hey, I like the guy. I think he deserves a job. If I have to be here, this is somebody I'm willing to play for. But that doesn't mean I want Antonio Pierce to be here, and therefore I'm going to stay here as well. It could be worst case scenario. That's the guy I want to play for, but I still want to get out. And I think that there's no question about it that the guy he wants to play for is Aaron Rodgers.
That's interesting. I got to watch that. I had no idea that came out. It's been a hectic week, so I'm glad you guys said this.
Did you also see the interview with Breece Hall? There was an interview with Breece Hall, and the reporter chick was kind of pushing at him, being like, you've heard this, Devontae Adams, and just the way Breece responded about it, he definitely in no way made it seem like, no, that's definitely not going to happen. He was definitely sitting there with like a smile on his face and being like, oh yeah, I'd love to have him. I'm going to love to have him come over, but I'm still going to be the number one offensive, weapon on the team. But
every player in the league. I remember a few years ago. This had to be a decade or so ago, where Julio Jones, in maybe his second season, went publicly and said that he's the best receiver in football. And everyone's like, guy, come on, like Calvin Johnson's in the league. Like, yeah, you're a good player, but to be the best receiver in football, relax. But what do you expect these guys to say if they don't have the mentality that they're the best player on their team, on the field, at their position? They have a negative mentality towards the game. So Breece Hall saying, yeah, he can come, bring anybody here. I'm still going to be the number one guy. It's all going to come through me. That's what I want my star players to say.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to have that confidence.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Breece, at no point was Breece saying it like, he was saying it confident, and that's good. You're right. But Breece was definitely saying it like, it almost sounded like he knew something, and he was completely cool with it, but he just wants everybody to know he's going to be the man.
They're set up to have a run-first, ground-and-pound, Rex Ryan type of offense, and I'm for it. Right? They built the offensive line to help with that. Breece Hall looking better than ever. Even the backup running backs, a couple bowling ball guys. Like, I'm totally cool with it. And I've heard a lot of negativity today of Devontae Adams going to the Jets and how it's going to affect Garrett Wilson's fantasy value. I'm big in the fantasy football game. And to all that, I say, I don't give a shit about Garrett Wilson's fantasy value. I want as many offensive great playmakers out there that give the Jets the best opportunity every single snap to score touchdowns.
I don't know. Agree.
I don't know if I agree. I agree that I want as many weapons as possible, but I don't think it's going to hurt Garrett.
No, I don't either.
I think Garrett's good. Garrett's going over 1,000 with no problem.
I think all they're saying is it's just going to affect his fantasy points. That's all.
Right. It will affect the fantasy game because Devontae Adams is going to demand 100 targets over the season at least. So where are those targets coming from? Yeah, Mike Williams will lose some. Malachi Corley will lose some. Garrett Wilson will lose some. Breece Hall out of the backfield will lose some. Conklin's going to have to lose some. But again, that's not a bad thing for the Jets in terms of
that's a great
winning
problem
football.
to have.
No, it's a fantasy football issue.
Yeah.
Look, I've said this many times. If it gets the Jets a championship, I don't give a shit if Jeffrey Dahmer's playing quarterback and Ed Kemper is playing center. I want to win. I don't care about anybody's feelings. I don't care about anybody's betting lines or their fantasy value or any of that shit. I want a Jets championship, and if that means that I have to go and kill somebody to do it, which I won't do, everybody calm your tits. But like, I'm to the point where I don't care how it gets done. Get me a ring. That's what I want.
Absolutely.
100%.
And Clancy, NY Jets channel member comes in, says
Hey,
Devontae
Clancy.
was happier later in the year. Raiders have weapons, won't be shit, but do have tough schedule. We'll see if they have a real bad start, 2 or 6 or so. I don't see the Raiders. The Raiders aren't going to do anything this year.
I think
That's the only thing for me that makes this seem plausible. But once again, I'm not going to get my hopes up for something like this until I see it happen. Like, it has to happen. I'm not going to play this game going into the year because like Abe was just saying, Abe just rattled off all these guys, Malachi Corley, Xavier Gibson, Brownlee, Garrett Wilson, Ruckert, Breece Hall out of the backfield. It's like we have a lot of guys.
Don't forget your guy Mike. Your superstar wide receiver.
Allen effing Lazard. He's gonna go for 2,000 yards this year.
At least on a bad season.
He's gonna catch a football over the mountains.
No, he's not even gonna be on the team at this point. There's too many people. Once they signed Mike Williams and Malachi Corley, and then you knew Gibson's going to have his shot, and obviously our star Garrett Wilson, it pushed him way down. And when I originally had said that I think that he could be a good wide receiver 3 this year with Rodgers, I said that when he would have been a wide receiver 3 or 4 on the team. Now he's 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
that's well before the Mike Williams signing. That's obviously well before the draft. Although we did expect the receiver to be drafted, I still think there's a role for Lazard on this team. Yes, he's not going to be a top-level guy. He'll still be the 4, maybe the 5 with Gibson type of guy in terms of snap count. But I think he's still going to see some productivity, not necessarily like super high value, but some sort of productivity. And contract-wise, it doesn't make any sense to get rid of him right now. Now, after the season, absolutely 100%. The question is, if Devontae Adams is traded to the Jets, is Allen Lazard a guy that's traded over there maybe for some salary, thing or just a body type of thing? At that point, if Devontae Adams is here, then Lazard has 0 point to him being on the roster whatsoever.
Yeah, Sean comes in and says Breece Hall will make the Pro Bowl this year, 1,100 yards rushing with 450 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. I completely agree with this. I actually think those numbers are going to be a bit higher, and I think the TDs are going to be higher. I think Breece Hall is going to have his best season ever. Is going to be double-digit touchdowns for Breece Hall, I think.
He better, yeah. I mean, with the way they reinvested into the offensive line, Breece Hall better have a monster breakout type. He had a breakout season without people realizing it. He better have an absolute breakout. Everyone realizes how amazing Breece Hall is type of year.
I suspect he will with this offense.
See, but that I think everyone does realize it. I mean, if you look at almost everyone's top running backs in the league, Breece Hall is averaging out at number 2. So.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, I think Breece is definitely, people are well aware that it's time to pay attention to him.
He's still a Jet. So there's still the negative condensation of, yeah, he's good, but he plays a Jet. Yeah, so, and I think Garrett Wilson gets also, yeah, he's good, but he's a Jet.
Infrared comes in. I don't know, my brothers. Those so-called gunshots sounded like it came out of a BB gun. Fake news. I know you're putting the laughing stuff in, but I'm assuming you've never fired a weapon because a BB gun does not sound like that. But a high-powered rifle does sound like that, especially when the camera audio is not right next to the shooter. It's like a pop, pop, pop. It's you go fire some guns, infrared.
There's a fair amount of prostitutes that could tell you, I have fired a weapon, but can't find them dead.
Clancy says,
I a couple weapons in my day.
I'm still gonna get
I know you
arrested
did.
one of these days. Like something's gonna happen in Denver, and the FBI is just gonna be at my house. Like,
Clancy says, true, but Devontae's got 2 years left on this deal. It's not the NBA, although he could try and muscle his way out.
I mean, we've seen it with plenty of star players. Seen it plenty of players that say, "I just want to be here," and they trade. They wait. They make their way out.
yeah, I mean, it's a business is the thing, you know.
I do have to bring this up. And I'm sorry, but this is going to go down as one of the most badass things that has ever been seen ever. This will be in like history books. Who else will pull this off?
You want to talk about an iconic photo? I mean, it's going to be in every history book. Like it'll be in every history book from now on. Yeah.
And is that a female Secret Service agent in the front there?
Yeah, you'll notice like his head very exposed.
No, that's because he was pushing them away.
No, she's like, dude.
I do have a friend of mine that's a female that was part of the Secret Service earlier in her career. So it's not as uncommon as you might think. Well,
my uncle was Secret Service, but he was Secret Service from like his last active duty was, I believe, Bush 2, and then he was retired. So
I watched a very good film late at night called Secret Cervix, so I also have a connection with it.
That was pretty good that you came out with that quick. I'll give you credit on that one.
That's why you keep me around, baby.
Hey, he did come quick. How about that?
Oh boy, you guys are on tonight.
Zing.
Yeah. Did you guys? Now I did notice that that OG Jets fan has disappeared from the chat because I'm seeing Neek, I'm seeing Infrared, I'm seeing Sean, Dano, Clancy, Greg. Yeah, I'm seeing all these people, but he seems to have disappeared from the chat. So do you think that he was being serious? And if he was, what a bitch move, because did you see why he was originally upset?
No, I don't. I really don't understand what happened.
Well, the original reason why he was apparently upset was because he had mentioned in the worst moments in Jets history, the Mo Lewis hit on Drew Bledsoe, and was upset that I put up cousin Kenny wrote that after him. And it's like when I go over to the chat, it's flipping through and I just hit ones that I see that aren't a conversation with someone else. So I try to avoid, like, I love that you guys all go out there and talk to each other, and I want that to continue. But obviously I try not to pop those up on the screen, because a lot of times Maddie and Abe and myself, like, we wouldn't know unless we're paying full attention to the chat what that's about. So what I do is I go over, and if I see something, especially a channel member or a super chat, I'll click on it if it's just a standard comment. And apparently he was upset that I didn't click on his because he wrote it first. And it's like, if you know anything about content creation and YouTube and stuff like that, and especially when tonight we're a little slow, and I assume it has to do with what happened to Trump, because honestly, if I wasn't doing this show right now, I would be watching live coverage and coverage of that. That is huge right now. Like, that is what's going on in the world.
This is an historic moment.
Exactly. And so but usually our chat is flying by, and like the past 2 weeks we've had upwards of 50, 60 people in here, and I know that's not a lot compared to Jake Asman or something, but for us, that's the highest we've been as far as live shows. And a lot of you guys are commenting and posting super chats and things like that, and it's, I do my best. But for him to sit there, and if that was serious, I wish I could go all the way back and show you the things he was saying, like how shitty the channel is, and that I'm a little bitch, and all that stuff. And when I originally first read it, I was like, oh, I love it. Like he's doing what he's like pulling a Maddie on me. Like Maddie talks shit, I'll talk shit.
Yeah,
like I love it.
Good. It's
but
what
now,
we do.
But now that he has disappeared, it's starting to make me think that he was serious. And if he was, boy, that is a little bitch. And I don't even want to say little bitch, Lilbitch, because that's embarrassing for you, bro. That's just embarrassing if you're really upset about something like that.
Hey, can I say one thing about this? Can I say one thing about this?
Say whatever you want, Abe.
I know, conspiracy theory about the whole thing, right? So I'm not a trained killer by any way, shape, or form, but I am trained.
You don't need training.
I am trained to properly use a firearm and multiple different kinds of firearms, and we are completely 100% trained to shoot center mass because that's a much bigger target to hit. Aim big, miss small, right? You miss by a couple inches on something large, you're still going to hit something. If you
same with the G spot.
Amen. Aim small, miss big, right? You know, you're gonna aim for something smaller. You miss by a couple inches, you're not going to hit anything whatsoever. So for someone to be out there to think like, I'm going to try and shoot a guy in the earlobe from 100 yards away is the most ludicrous, unrealistic thing that even in movies they would go like, no, that we can't even pull that one off.
I just want somebody to get the footage and then dub the scene in Fight Club over it with Brad Pitt where he goes, you hit me in the ear. I think that
another funny thing is I know you were just really introduced to him last week, Maddie, but Shane Gillis has a bit on Trump where he says that Trump if all the funniest if there he said basically tries to say that everything, no matter how tragic it is, can have a funniest moment. And he brings up that he thinks that Trump would be one of the funniest assassinations because he said Trump would be out there calling a girl a lesbian and then he'd get hit and he'd make a funny sound. He'd be like, ugh, whatever. I guess Shane Gillis was wrong because this wasn't funny. This is Trump literally standing up and being a badass.
Like,
you can already hear Trump at his next rally or debate or anything that you hear his voice.
He's lucky he's dead already because if I got my hands on him, I would be choking myself. He's not a very good person.
There was so much blood. It was the most blood ever recorded in a ear shooting in the history of the world. Just the most blood. We killed him. We killed the shooter. That's what we do.
I don't know who's to say one way or another. I might have killed him with my mind because I was very angry.
He barked like a bitch, just like he is.
I don't know if my Trump impression's worth a damn at all. It's probably not, but honestly,
that's how he acts, though. He's going to sit there and be like, yeah, he shot several times. He missed every time. I wouldn't have missed that many times. I would have hit the first time, but
I have to say though, the thing he said though with his statement was he said most importantly, I want to send my condolences to the person who died, and that I think is the right thing to do. Like that's the presidential behavior I want to see from my president. He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm fucking bulletproof, suck my balls, but not everybody is, and I want to let them know that I care about that.
So I'll say this also. I know I have personal stories that I know friends of friends that Trump takes care of those. I don't know the right way to say this, but he takes care of those that have gone through traumatic events. So, for example, there's an NYPD officer, a brother in blue that was killed a couple of months ago. And while they were figuring out funeral arrangements and all that, Trump called the widow and told her, "You're never making a mortgage payment again." Like,
yeah, he does shit like that. I've heard about that too.
So I can absolutely imagine that as much of a tragedy as this is, and whether it's a political ploy or legitimately feeling bad, whatever it is, we all know already Trump's going to contact the family of the person that was killed and say, you no longer need to make $1 in your life.
I bet he already has. I bet he's already reached out, to be honest with you.
100%. And well, again, whether that's doing it out of the kindness of his heart, whether he's doing it as a political ploy, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter.
The end result is an amazing result.
Absolutely, the how you got from A to Z, as long as you get from A to Z. I don't know for certain. I bet you Biden's people have not reached out to that family, haven't even inquired as to who that family is, potentially.
Biden didn't even comment for over an hour after this went down.
Over longer than that. I didn't see him pull out a tweet till almost right when I went live. Now, on the other hand, RFK said something almost immediately, and it was very respectful. And I was very impressed by how quickly RFK tweeted and put out a statement and whatever. And then as soon as he did, I was like, well, Biden should be saying something, right? And I'm assuming,
he did go on the air.
Obama said something before him also.
Well, Biden did go on the air probably before he tweeted. If you just saw a tweet.
Well, to be fair, it was like it would happen at like 5-6 o'clock. So Biden was well in bed. He was asleep. They had to wake him up. They had to get him out, get him excited and get him out there to be able to act, whatever. So that's me defending Biden, But hey, here's what I want you guys to do. Let's play the mystery of this OG Jets fan. I want to show you what he had wrote, and you guys tell me how to take this. Should I take it seriously, or was he being a little bitch? So he comes in, he says yo, and then he says his next message is, maybe Mike read my comment, not his whatever, because I brought up the Mo Lewis hit against Bledsoe. You decide to shout out Ken after I posted the comment. And then he said first. I shouted out Ken first. And then he said, that's why I don't want to stay, and gave a waving thing and said, good luck. Then he comes down here later, and he says, I believe it's your cousin Ken, I recall. Okay. And then he writes, I literally said it was Mo Lewis hitting Drew Bledsoe on the sideline. Even responds, and Mike posts his cousin's post, not mine, that brought up the conversation. F you, bro. And once again, all this, I was laughing, having a good time, like seeing these come up while the show was getting ready to go live. And I thought he was pulling Maddie, like, once again. You don't show respect to me, I show none back. I won't feed you my comments if you read them off two different peoples. I don't even know. Like, that obviously has a problem with the English language.
We did address that as being a worst Jets moment, in the sense that I maintain it's not, because Mo Lewis was just doing his job.
No, we're not. That's not his problem. His problem is that it wasn't credited to him. When, once again, on Jets Uncovered, Abe brought that up a day before. So it's like, once again, it's like a lot of people bring up things. You know how many times I saw Testaverde's ACL? You know how many times I saw, Rodgers going down? How many times I saw the fake spike? I'm not going to shout out everybody or get to the first person every time. Now, obviously, OG Jets fan does have a little problem typing. He probably got to grade 8. I hate this channel, and you're a fucking fraud. And
that's when I responded, why are you here then? Like, it's very simple.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, if I don't like a channel, I just don't go watch it. I don't help its views.
But that's the thing. I still, even right now, find it hard to believe that he's being serious, because it's such a petty little bitch thing. And like, his picture's hilarious because he's trying to look like tough and gangster. So there's no way that I feel like he could be being serious. We lost Abe. Abe, if you want to come back, come back. I don't know if you popped it off or if I hit it something by accident, but you are welcome to come back. But Maddie, so what do you think? I won't even say I'm overreacting, because I still don't know if this is serious.
It's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to take it too seriously, in the sense of, I mean, dude, it's fucking the internet. Like, you don't get paid for your comments. Like, there was no disrespect. Like, just chill. Like, I don't know. If he's upset, then he's upset. I mean,
but I need to know how, to the level of which I'm going to destroy him. That's the thing. If he's not being serious, come on and be like, yo, I'm fucking with you. And I'll be like, that's what I thought. Of course. Like, no one is that pathetic. Like,
I don't know. I mean, he left, it seems like. I mean,
that's what made me think he was being more serious.
That's kind
Cousin
of where I'm
Kenny,
at.
channel member, thank you so much. Says, yep, that was me. Stop the nepotism, Mike. Clancy comes
I
in.
can tell. I'm guessing he's trolling. He's giving shit. But I mean, that's such a weird thing to get upset about.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
it's so strange. Clancy, Mike is going in on OG. LOL.
Yeah, why aren't the
no,
Dolphins fans on here tonight? By the way,
because I don't know.
I threw him
They're
a
probably all
bone
Jill Stein.
with my little under thing and everything.
I would assume they're all Jill Stein fans.
Maybe so. I don't know. Like I say, I threw him a little bone with my title tonight, and they fucking wasted it on.
All right, let's keep going through some of these comments. We're almost up to, by the way, guys, you got to get ready for our top 5. So start thinking of some top 5s because the intermission report is coming up. And of course, you all know that we do
Mike and Maddie's to the top 5.
And that top 5 is picked by you guys. So start thinking of them.
There he is.
Oh, what? There's who?
OG's back. He was just fucking with everybody.
He better have been.
I think
because I once again I wouldn't picture someone who looks how he does with his like rap video emoji or avatar to be so sensitive about a comment. All right. Hey, did you get anything else? Is there anybody else injured? Have you seen? I
can't confirm a second person. It is being kind of brought up. I'm trying to monitor as best I can. But I'm kind of hoping that we'll hear something about the shooter. I'd like to get a little information on him. I mean, it's just weird, but this whole thing is just fucking crazy. I don't know. It's just,
what's on behind you? Oh, that looks like a soccer game.
Yeah, I got the Rapids game on. They're playing the Red Bulls, so it's like my 2 favorite teams.
Dano comes on, channel member. Thank you, Dano. You're the man. He actually was on last week. I appreciate that, Dano. And everybody, please hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see us. That helps with the algorithms, all that stuff. I appreciate super chats, channel members, memberships, and the Midnight Mafia, and all that gifted channel. I appreciate all that stuff. But the thing that really shows the support that I appreciate the most, because it helps with other people seeing us, is free. And it's clicking that like button and subscribing if you have not yet already subscribed. Dano says, when you comment on a channel in any capacity, your statements belong to the channel to do as they please. The same as when you appear on screen and talk. They can re-air it 1,000,000 times if they want. Yeah. And once again, it's like, tonight I'm able to control the chat a little better because they're obviously, it's the middle of July. Some big major thing happened tonight, obviously, where most people who are on YouTube are probably trying to get information there. Hell, Maddie's on this show and he's trying to get information there, and I'm happy he is because I want to know information too. And like I said, if I wasn't live, that's what I'd be watching. I'd be watching that commentary and updates on the attempt on President Trump. I mean, that's what I'd be doing. But yeah, we will also talk some Jet stuff. Like I said, I still want to talk about, did you hear, Maddie? Midnight Mike Show Theater? I got the highlights from the 2010 Jets-Patriots divisional playoff game, and we're going to bring up the mood, and we're all going to sit and enjoy that. Yeah, we're all going to sit and
remember
enjoy
that game very well. I got hammered.
Dude, that was such a great night.
My wife was like, you got drunk and tried to hump my computer. I was like, yeah, your story checks out.
All right, let's keep going down some of these comments. Let's see here. Cousin Kenny says he might have been climbing on a building in Butler, PA. No, I don't think so. Oh, here he is. He's back. I don't know if he's still commenting.
Oh, get him on.
He says, get me on. Yeah, well, after the intermission report, I will drop the link in the description, and you are more than welcome to call in. As a matter of fact, I ask you to please call in. Clancy. Yeah, there he is. Yes, he is back. I can't do this. I haven't watched the show, Mets. Once again, we've got to. Here's another thing, and we've talked about this before. We've got to keep our top 5s very vague because not only do me and Maddie want to be able to easily hit it, but we want everyone in the comments section to easily hit it.
Yeah,
so when you say
accessible to all.
Exactly. You could say top 5 presidents. That's easy. Top 5 horror movies. That's easy. We
No,
did
that is
top
not
5
easy.
ice cream flavors.
That top 5 horror movies is not easy for me at all.
No, but correct.
Yeah, I know
You'd
what
have
you
a
mean.
bunch of but
I have
the
a
average-
frame of reference.
Yeah, and most people would, because even if you're not a horror fan, you've seen a horror movie here or there, and you could make some suggestions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would actually be kind of fun because I love hearing about the movies I didn't know about.
Dolphins fans tongue blowholes while fondling their nipples.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean.
Big fellas in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Yes, I was talking about you. Absolutely, I was talking about you because I couldn't read. And once again, I till the end, I still gave you the credit that you were fucking with us, like how me and Maddie fuck with each other, and we fuck with Mets, and we fuck with people who come on the show. So what?
I don't know if this is a real picture or not, but they posted a picture of the shooters, like bloodied corpse, and interesting.
What can you elaborate? Is it like
it's
Faces
pretty
of
graphic?
Death?
You couldn't put it on. I can tell you that right now. Live on TikTok put it up, and I have a feeling it's going to get deleted like in seconds. So
I'm going to my phone right now for that one.
Yeah, it's wild. Again, might be true, might not.
Well, we all saw the pictures of him being dragged out. So
no, that wasn't him being dragged out of there.
It wasn't.
No, the ones that were dragging out of the stands. No, that was a person that got shot. The shooter was on a building outside of the area where you got to check in. That's why I was saying, how does the Secret Service not just keep an eye on that? That's strange to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, you ain't putting that up on the screen.
No, you're not. Good, motherfucker. Good. He deserves it. And how pathetic. How pathetic. He couldn't even get his shot off, and he ends up looking like that. Dumbass. Rotten fucking hell.
That's craziness, man.
And I would say that if it was RFK who was shot at, if it was Biden who was shot at, no matter who, no matter what presidential candidate was shot at, that's what you deserve. Yeah, that's what you fucking deserve.
You don't use violence like that for anything, let alone politics.
Yes, don't worry, Nate. We will be dropping that link after the intermission report, which is coming up in less than 10 minutes. It's actually coming up in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Gosh, so
chugging right along. This show goes fast when I'm not drinking.
I'm fucking with you, Mike? Question mark. I hope you're fucking with me, because otherwise you're gonna look like a little pussy bitch. I'll be honest.
I'm really just mad at YouTube user and yes, we know, honey. I'm really just mad at YouTube user.
Wow, you don't know me. OG Jets fan once again. It's KNOW. I could have corrected all your grammar in your previous posts, but it would have taken literally the next hour to do so, and then we would have been off the air. But right now, I'll just correct you. KNOW. If you need help, I have no problem helping.
That dog ate Kenny, I promise. She does not go without food.
A big fella channel member coming in. Head of Secret Service needs to resign. Yeah, absolutely. Or at least the head of that detail needs to resign.
Serious review needs to be done right now.
Yes. Okay, I will agree with that. If you pay attention, 4 shots rang off before Secret Service came to Trump's attention. That's what told me it was staged. No, that showed me that it could have been. Look, I'm on a YouTube channel. I don't want to say things that's going to hurt my channel or anything like that. To me, that doesn't say it's staged. To me, that says that maybe there might have been a chance that someone wanted this to happen. That's what I would say.
All right, guys.
No.
Report.
No. Yeah, we're going to get to the intermission report right now. Don't say goodbye. Don't say goodbye. If you are really upset and not just fucking with us, which if you're fucking with us, hey, come on and fuck with us. We'll have a good time. I'll trash talk you. You trash talk me. It'll be fun. But yeah, 100%. If you're serious, please come on after the intermission report. Sorry you're late. I don't even know if I know. Have I even seen you before, gentlemen? Sorry I'm late. Hugh Johnson. I like it. It's not like Amanda Hug and Kiss. It's not necessarily Mike Hunt or Lou Sassel, but it's there.
I approve.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to start popping in your top 5 suggestions. Anything, make it vague, please, because we want you in the chat. We want people at home. We want me and Maddie to be able to come up with a top 5 easily for Mike and Maddie's top 5. So start suggesting top 5s in the comments section right now as we go to our intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
I like Bobby's.
All right. Oh, well, I'll get to it. Don't spoil it. I'll get right back to the comments. First thing I want to do, we are in the intermission report. So let's head to the old drive-in and go into the comments. Let's see what we got here.
Actresses.
Top 5 TV shows. That is not bad. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I like that.
That's what I am talking about. Channel member Bobby Woodruff comes in with Bobby Midnight, of course, with top 5 TV shows. That might have won it right off the bat.
That's a good one.
And that's a hard one to do because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to give you a top 5, but I could come back next week with a completely different top 5.
I could do my top 3 in order, but the 4 and 5 spots are going to be coveted.
This is too depressing, Stack. Sorry, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, man, I don't. Oh man, that's like top favorite or top 5 family members who had cancer.
Valerie, this one's not bad. Top 5 actresses. This is what we're talking about. Simple stuff. But I think we're going to have to do TV shows. It was the first one that came in. It's very vague. It's very easy. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing top 5 TV shows of all time. And once again, this isn't by viewership. This isn't by the amount of seasons. This is just your personal, like, what was your top 5 TV shows? Let me know in the comments section so that me and Maddie can fill out our top 5. I have to keep talking without thinking and writing. So hopefully Maddie can come on and talk a little bit.
I got mine. Let's roll.
All right. Well, no, not let's roll. Let me start writing. Why don't you start?
Writing.
Okay. I'll start writing. You start reading the comments. You start giving me some of the suggestions that are coming in the comments.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up and let me do this. What a fucking asshole.
No, I really do hope OG is still here because we will be dropping the link here after we do this. Top 5 sports venues in the U.S. would be a fun one too. Another variation of that would be a good one, which is top 5 that you visited, which would be cool. Yeah, we got people listing some off, Different Strokes, Three's Company, Cheers, Taxi, Spartacus. Yeah, Sean, I feel like Sean and I could drink beers. I think I've said that before. Sean and I get along pretty well. All in the Family, another good one. Cheers. Valerie with Batman. That's which Batman though, Val? Are we talking 66 animated series?
Gotta be animated.
I'm assuming so. People love the animated series. Sports Center doesn't count. Nate.
I don't know. I think you get.
No,
I guess that's
a TV show. That's
yeah.
Like
you're right.
program.
You're right.
We all watch it. Don't get me wrong, but Sons of Anarchy. Another one I hadn't thought about. Top. What is with you and fucking plot holes, Mets? Like, not everything has to be so negative. Valerie with 1966 Batman. Atta girl. Kenny with Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, the way it ended just sucked so bad. Which brings me to another thing. When is that fat buttload fucking George fucking R.R. Martin, who is a Jets and Giants fan, which means he's not really a fan, ever gonna wins a winner out? I'm getting so pissy about that. It's not even funny. The Wire, great show, very good show. Didn't make my list, but it's on there as a great show, 100%.
Dude, I'm having a really hard time. Like, I have a bunch that I love written down, but to actually try to rank these, and I
Yeah,
know I'm forgetting so many, it's tough. I have 5 written down, but it's just the first 5 that popped into my head. It's not
gotcha.
necessarily my favorite, but they are ones that I could watch over and over again.
See, like GI Joe is one of my favorites of all time, but if I have mine literally in order,
I would put that in cartoon.
Yeah, you could.
Like, for when we're saying TV shows, I'm assuming we're talking about half-hour sitcoms or hour-long dramas.
The argument could be made we're doing live action shows.
I mean, look, I guess you could count The Simpsons and Family Guy because they run in prime time. Like, things like that, I feel like you could count. But G.I. Joe is a kid show. Like, I wouldn't put I love Thundercats, but I wouldn't necessarily put Thundercats on this
I get it,
list.
but if we're
It's
being
not the
stupid
same.
big. Speaking of shows, I watched the first season of The Bear finally because everybody's talking about this show. Like,
with the kid from Shameless.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away. I feel like the whole first season could have been a 2-hour pilot. The cast is great, but I may try. I'm gonna start watching the second season and see how it goes. But I'm not like in love with it the way everybody else is. But then the people who love it are also like very current with it. So we'll see.
And just to let Mets know on this one, I would not count these. That's a reality show. I would not count like Iron Chef or Hell's Kitchen or Shark Tank. I wouldn't count. I wouldn't consider that what we're. I feel like we could do a whole separate
Reality
category
TV show.
Yeah, same with like kids cartoons, things like that. So, all right, you know what? I'm gonna. You know what? I know these aren't my top 5 of all time, but I'm gonna give you I have 6, and I'm gonna give you those 6. One is an honorable mention, but I am going to give you my top 5 that came into my head right off the top of my head of shows that I would watch over and over again.
With your honorable mention.
I have 2 now. 2 honorable mentions.
Fire them both off.
Once again, this could be considered cartoon, but I'll throw it in there to keep it off the list as an honorable mention. Batman the Animated Series. It's been brought up a bunch, and it's literally, I love Batman the Animated Series. My kids love Batman the Animated Series. That opening with the old Warner Brothers Batman music that was with Keaton, and in that original whatever, and with the blimps and the didn't. I mean, God, man, great shit.
They did a good job with that show.
And the other one is the Goldbergs. It's new. It's a lot newer, but I've watched through that show probably 2 or 3 times. It's my childhood. Being an 80s kid, if you don't love the Goldbergs, I don't know what to tell you. It's funny the way they do it. And when I first started watching the Goldbergs, by the way, it pissed me off because things would be out of time. Like in the episode where he goes to see like Return of the Jedi, Barry, his brother, wanted to get like Reebok pumps. And I looked at my wife. I was like, what the fuck is this? Reebok pumps came out in the late 80s. I said, Return of the Jedi came out in 83. And then I realized that the show isn't in a timeline. It's literally all the 80s meshed together. And it doesn't matter when it happened. They just bring it up. And then I was able to enjoy the show a lot more. So.
Rick and Morty, Daniel. That's a good one. I'll give you some.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I didn't do honorable mentions, to be honest with you. I have a few, but I'd rather skip it because I could do.
Okay, fair enough.
I like TV a lot.
What's up,
my number
Scott?
5.
How you doing tonight, Scott? All right, yeah, I did my honorable mention, so you started out with your number 5.
Number 5, Breaking Bad.
Nice. I've only seen a few episodes of that. Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes of that. My wife loved it, but it never really caught on with me. But as soon as I mention some of mine, you're going to see that you'll have plenty of subject matter to make fun of me for.
Well, Breaking Bad starts a bit slow. I mean, like, it's funny because my father-in-law, who I love to death, is a huge Packers fan and hates Aaron Rodgers now. Just interesting sub-story. But I was like, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. And he's like, yeah, we couldn't get into it. And I was like, all right, I give up. And then like a year later, they're like, we watched Breaking Bad. holy shit, it was good. So I would say it's one of those. The thing that people forget about Breaking Bad or don't understand is it's literally about the deconstruction of a man. It's not just a fun drug dealer show. It's literally about a man whose life slowly and completely gets obliterated.
The Cousin Kenny, The Sopranos. Once again, this would probably be in my top 5 if I had watched it when it came out. And the reason I didn't is because I was always against, like, when people were like, when everyone loves a show, I'm like, ugh. Like, all right, I'm not jumping on this bandwagon. So I got to The Sopranos late. I got to Game of Thrones. It was still on the air, but I was in season 4 when I finally started watching like season 1. And the same thing with like The Walking Dead. Like I ended up popping in season 2 or 3. Even back in the day with like Friends, I hated it when it was first came out, but then around season 3 or 4, like my stepmother watched it, and so I ended up watching a few episodes and then being like, okay, this show's fucking funny. You know, it is what it is. So, but The Sopranos would 100% be on my. It's an honorable mention in my opinion.
I will do my one honorable mention at the end. How's that? I just realized I have one that I do want.
Fair enough. So did you give?
Your turn.
Now this is fair, Dano. This is fair, and I will give you the Jets chant for that one because yes. The Midnight Mike Show is my number 1. Absolutely.
Dano needs to go to rehab.
Absolutely.
Bad.
What?
So Dano needs to go to rehab. Bad.
Did I give my number 5?
No.
Okay, my number 5 is going to be Arrested Development.
Good show. Very good show.
Very good show.
Cool.
And
Like,
the comedy in that is just
outstanding.
So
dry and offbeat. It's so good. Yeah, great show.
Yeah. Once it went over to Netflix and it came back, those shows aren't that. I'm talking about the first like
the
3-4
original,
seasons.
3 seasons.
Yeah, the original
fun.
run. Yeah, is outstanding.
Very good pick. Very, very good pick.
And I don't know if this is a hot pick or a hot take. I don't like Tobias. Like I don't like the character. Like I don't find him
fair. I mean,
I some of my favorite shit was like when like first off George Michael and his girlfriend Anne, just the stuff that like is said about her and how ugly she is and how plain she is, and that I love that stuff. Like I think that's some of the funniest shit.
I thought Job and their mom was my favorite just because drunk motherfucker, and I was like, I identify.
Okay, give me your number 4.
Number 4 show that has been mentioned in the comments a few times. It is The Sopranos. I remember I bought myself a DVD player in 1999 or 2000 because I really did well in my finals in college, and so that was my gift to myself. And The Sopranos season 1 and 2 had just come out that day on DVD. I bought both of those. And man, wow, it blew me away. And then I started watching it live, and it became a weekly ritual. It was just amazing TV.
I just want to point out, this is awesome. Ken bringing up, this is something that's new, hasn't been brought up yet. OG, my wife cringes about Mo's hit because she went to school with Drew Bledsoe. Yeah, Ken, I am going to definitely credit you bringing up Mo Lewis's hit on Drew Bledsoe. You are awesome for bringing that up. I appreciate it, cousin Kenny.
Oh boy.
All right, am I number 4?
Yeah, please, for the love of God.
All right, here's where I throw everybody a curveball. I don't think people are expecting this one. I haven't seen it in the comments section yet.
I'm gonna hate this.
The Adventures. You might have been too old for this. But The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yeah, I was just too old. My brother watched that show.
Dude, great show. There was a few shows on Nickelodeon, like Ren and Stimpy, for instance, that were definitely parents could watch it and still find it funny because there was adult humor in it. And Pete and Pete definitely had some of that. So I love The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Once again, if I was to actually sit down and try to like really come up with a top 5, I don't think that would be on it. But it came into my head because I own the DVDs of it. So
we do need to do top 5 cartoon shows, I've decided, at some point next week, whatever, maybe on a Tuesday night, but that has to happen. So, all right, my number 3.
I was going to just say some of the ideas people have come up with with have been outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm thinking if we have one we're prepped for, like top 5 cartoons, that could be like a Tuesday night one. Because it's not really spontaneous if we know we're going to do it. All right, my number 3 is Ted Lasso. I adore Ted Lasso. Oh, it's such a good show. It makes me laugh every time. It's mean enough to be a show I like, but like nice enough to like people, when people see that I like that show, they're like, how does a awful sadist like you like that show? I do. I love it. I have Richmond AFC jerseys in my closet. I love it. Love Ted Lasso. Funny, witty, just great.
I just want to point out that this was the first time I've seen it. Sorry if I offend anybody who happened to mention it first, but Cousin Kenny brought up Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if, oh no, Sean did. I see Sean wrote it before him. So he wrote Beavis and Butthead. I would put that actually above some of these other ones. So once again, here's what my example. Yes, correct. But Beavis and Butthead is outstanding. I can't speak. Maddie can. I can't speak for the current run, but the original run of Beavis and Butthead,
it's just as
amazing.
Good. It's so
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Like you will enjoy the hell out of it. Make sure you watch Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe first, because it actually explains.
I did. I saw that.
Okay, so that explains how they're 15 and still in 2022.
Well, I also want to point out that I didn't bring this up earlier in the show, but for some reason, we can't stream to Twitter anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it says you have to be a premium member in order to stream to Twitter. And I don't know if I'm willing to pay that because that's ridiculous.
How much did Twitter really help us out?
I mean, some shows it did pretty well, but once again, it's like if Facebook and Instagram and all these other places allow you to stream for free, then why the fuck is Twitter any different? You know, and we're a YouTube show, so I've had people go on to Twitter and Facebook and comment, and it doesn't pop up in our stream, and I always keep telling them just go to YouTube to watch the show. You know?
Yeah, maybe that'll. I mean, make an announcement that way that the 3 people that watch us on Twitter will come over here. Your number 3.
My number 3. It was brought up before. Love All in the Family. So I'm going to go All in the Family.
Good one, classic, very classic.
Although once again, and I know that Carol O'Connor and everybody there were super liberals and all that stuff. But Rob Reiner really turned into a fucking retard. So I'm sorry for that word.
Holy crap! Don't be sorry for that word. That's not our show. You would never say that word to someone with an actual developmental disability.
No, absolutely
not. That's the problem. Everybody's scared of a word and not the context.
Yeah.
That'd be like saying Snoop Dogg is a white supremacist because he uses the N-word all the time.
I get it. All right, give me your number 2.
Number 2. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
Wow. Well, I'll be honest. I did not expect that to. I'm not saying it's a bad show, but that's like to be in somebody's top 5 is a little shocking to me.
When was the last time you watched it?
When I was a kid.
Watch it as an adult, and you will lose your mind with how funny it is.
I will try. I will check it there.
And it is a staple in the JETS household. Every Thanksgiving, we watch the turkey drop episode, and Sasha can sing the theme song.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I always try to get my kids into old school stuff. And like we've been watching lately. And once again, you're just too old for you were just too old for some of the stuff I watch. But my kids right now are huge into Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, and Nick Arcade.
Yeah, no.
I know a lot of you people in the comments section. I know a lot of you people in the comments section know what I'm talking about with Guts and Nick Arcade and Legends of the Hidden Temple. My daughter's birthday's coming up, my oldest, and she was I love those shirts. What?
Aren't they all produced by that child molester?
Oh, most likely he was diddling everybody.
No, but I mean he was producing those shows.
But she goes, oh, I love those shirts. I was like, oh, they sell those shirts, and she's like, can you get me a purple parrot shirt for my birthday? I was like, hell yeah, I'll get you
You're
a
like,
purple
I'll get
parrot.
it for you when it's not your birthday. Like, when you like
Dude.
something you like, you're like, yeah, I'll get it for you because it's Thursday.
My youngest got really into, and it was because I have old tapes of it. My youngest got into the Popples. Do you remember the Popples?
I do remember the Popples. That sounds very familiar. I don't think I watched it, but I remember it.
She ended up getting a Popples shirt for one of her birthdays because she was so into the Popples.
Sasha got a Cranberries t-shirt because she liked the band.
Ah, nice. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a super chat.
Thank you, big fella.
TS Jets. Channel member, big fella, coming through with $4.99. See, this is how you can guarantee your comment comes up on the show. I try. I do my best, folks. But this guarantees it because it highlights on the top of my screen immediately, and I can see it. Big fella coming in with $4.99 says, "You ever see the show Deadwood? It's great. Also, I love The Boys on Prime. That you're gonna have to talk to Metz about. He loves The Boys. I think I've seen a few episodes of Deadwood, but the only thing that I could compare to Deadwood that I've seen almost every episode of is, have you ever watched Hell on Wheels? That's a good show, dude. Hell on Wheels. It takes place right after the Civil War, and it's about the railways, that the 2 or 3 competing railways that went from the east to the west. And the former slaves working on it, and then former Confederate and Union soldiers working on it, and all this. It's awesome. It's a really good show. But big fella, I will check out Deadwood. I've seen that a couple times on here. I've seen it a couple times from a couple people, and now I see. Yeah, I will definitely check that out. I don't know what was brought up with Alyssa Milano. Yeah, she's beautiful, but she's also a psycho.
Yeah, she's lost her damn mind.
Yeah, she's completely lost all respect for me. But anyway, are we to number ones?
Did you do your number 2?
I didn't. No, I didn't. My number 2, Married with Children.
Good one. Love that.
Love Married with Children, and I've watched through that so many times. And I remember that when it came out, my mom didn't want me watching it, but my dad 100% let me watch it. So yeah, love Married with Children.
I remember the first episode I ever saw that show is the one where Al builds his own bathroom.
Oh God, that's what. Wait, did he build it in the garage? Right?
It was like right by the garage over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy. But yeah, I just remember because I watched that and I was like, well, I'm gonna do this every Sunday till I die.
Everyone's talking about Alyssa Milano. You want to know what's funny, and you got to be our age to kind of remember this. You know what the last Alyssa Milano movie I watched was?
The Vampires.
But I've seen that. Dude, made for TV, the Amy Fisher story.
Oh, did
where she played Amy Fisher? Yes, dude.
Any chance I could say Buttafuoco, I'm in.
Dude, 2 Amy Fisher movies came out on the same night. One on NBC, one on ABC, and one was in the from the point of view of Joey Buttafuoco, and it was the Amy Fisher story with Alyssa Milano as Amy Fisher. The other Amy Fisher story that came out on ABC starred Drew Barrymore as Amy Fisher.
Oh my God!
Like, and they're both fucking terrible. But I've seen them both recently because I went on a Amy Fisher rabbit hole, because she eventually did a bunch of porn with her boyfriend, and he was on Howard Stern. Yeah. She did a bunch of porn.
What am I doing with my life? Why don't I know this?
I'll tell you, you're not watching enough Amy Fisher porn.
Yeah, I'm a Tanya Harding push porn guy myself. All right, well, let's wrap this up so we can drop the link, because I do want to get OG Jets fan in here. My number 1. Yeah, he's here.
Oh, hold on. One second. On. I just Married with Children, Martin. Number 1 all day. Martin. Oh, Martin. Dude, you know what I loved about Martin? Well, I liked Shanae, but remember, I think his name was Broman or whatever. He'd come in through the window and all he'd want is a sandwich. He's like, I just came to get a sandwich, but he'd come in through their window on their like apartment high rise. That was one of my favorite things about Martin. But go ahead. Here comes Maddie's number 1. Here we go.
My number 1 is Night Court.
Wow. Did you watch the remake at all?
Yeah, I've been watching it, and it's the only thing that keeps me watching it is John Larroquette.
Yeah, because a lot of them is
Everybody else has passed
Bullstein.
away except for no.
Yeah.
Basically, Roz is still around. John Larroquette's still around, and that's it.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to give my number one, and this is where I give anybody plenty of ammunition to make fun of how gay I am. And that's fine. I don't mind that because my number one show of all time, I've watched through it several times, and I listened to several podcasts on it. Ladies and gentlemen, Melrose Place.
You are so fucking gay. I've had some Liberace, Rock Hudson, and a three-way with John Hudson. Yeah, I think so. She was.
Melrose Place, man. I'll tell you, it's you got to have the Jack Wagner, you got to have the Heather Locklear, you got to have the Courtney Thorne Smiths, you got to have these people, the Laura Layton and the Daphne Zuniga, Princess Vespa herself, the Thomas Calabro, Michael Mancini. If any of you guys know what I'm talking about, then you know the glory that is Melrose Place. Every episode was like a season finale cliffhanger of any other show. You know how like a cliffhanger of a show at the end of a season is always like this big, massive thing? Melrose Place did that every effing week.
Opinions expressed on the Midnight Mike Show are not the opinions of both hosts and do not represent both of their views.
It is what it is. Dude, I'm telling you, the first season sucks. But because Heather Locklear didn't show up yet, and it was like each episode was like a contained story, and it was really lame. But then all of a sudden, Heather Locklear shows up at the end of season 1, and once they get into season 2, they hit their stride, and it is the most trashy television.
I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you right now, you're not allowed to watch Breaking Bad anymore. I don't watch it.
I'm okay with that. Melrose Place is just a much better show.
I'm sure that when it cuts to commercial, you just go over to Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh no.
You are fucking Real Housewives of Connecticut. You're like the one guy.
I don't do reality, man. I don't like reality shows. Like, I don't. I've never been a reality show kind of guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Midnight Mike Show's intermission report.
My honorable mention, real quick, was
give it to me.
Doctor Who.
There you go.
The last season here. I haven't seen it yet. It looks god awful.
And that was
Mike and Maddie's Top 5.
And we will be back to take your calls to end out this intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
I'm going to pop that link in the description. Let me just copy, get over to comments, and paste. Hold on. Running a little slow here. All right. Call. And we should be good.
Yeah, Hughes Johnson. I heard that last season wasn't good, too. Eccleston's my favorite Doctor.
To be fair, there, New York Jets super fan, welcome. Good to see you back. 90210 was better than Melrose Place. It wasn't. I have also watched every single episode of 90210 and own all the seasons, just like Melrose Place. Melrose Place was a spinoff of Beverly Hills 90210. But 90210 was just a little. It was just, I don't know. It was once again. It was a little too tame once Melrose Place showed what they could do. And then we got Sean coming in. Heather loved the donkey dong. Yeah, she was with what's his face, and he had a big dick. Tommy Lee, right? Tommy Lee banged Heather Locklear. I know she ended up with Richie Sambora, but I'm pretty sure Tommy Lee banged Heather Locklear and Pam Anderson. Like, wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I see you, Bobby. I see you, Mets. But there's someone else in here that we got to talk to. And I believe that this is OG Jets fan. Tommy, what's up, man? How you doing tonight?
What's up, Midnight Mike? What's up, Matt?
How are you guys? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
Much blessings to you.
Tell me your grievances.
All right. This is where I start, okay? I don't see how any team with Aaron Rodgers being healthy week 1, us losing, besides maybe possibly week 1, whatever. I mean, I think we're going to win that game. but God forbid we lose. Whatever. We're in San Fran. We're on our roadway. It's not a divisional game. Say we go 0-1, and then we win. We got Tennessee, and then we got easy games coming up for the next 2 or 3 games. So my thing is with Aaron Rodgers, right? It's either it's 100% you believe this guy's gonna lead us to the promised land, or do you think, or he can just get hurt and be an old 40 man, and it's a second injury again. I am in the heart of a Jet fan where this guy's gonna go off the roof, and he goes anything that he has, anything that tampers him, anything through the media, he wants to challenge that. He wants to go hard. He wants to like anyone that says something to Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna prove you different. And the guy I understand is 40, but the man is a unique character, man. Like no one is Aaron Rodgers, bro. So I just want to hear what you guys got to say about that, man. Thanks for taking my call. God bless you guys.
Wait.
I
What
told
was
you he's
that?
just fucking with you. That was
I'll tell
awesome.
you
That
what I
was
have to say.
that was hilarious. That was so good. Oh my god. Oh,
Wait
that
a
was great.
minute.
That was
He
fucking
comes
fantastic.
in, talks all this shit,
Oh,
talks all this shit.
OG, that was brilliant. That was hilarious.
That was good. That was good. That was
Oh,
good. And
I love this
and
show.
obviously you've listened to the show enough, and you know that we think that the Jets are going to the Super Bowl this year. We think the AFC East title definite.
Yeah, that's like a minimum.
Super Bowl most likely with a healthy team. I think the Jets clearly have the best team in the division, but you fucking asshole. I was ready for a fight,
the best
man.
troll that's ever happened on this show so far.
I love it. And he was able to get in front of Bobby Midnight Mets, and then it was him. And yeah, it is what it is. So let's do it. Let's bring in the legend himself.
I think
Bobby
he
Midnight.
deserves
How
a
you
Jets
doing?
chant, by the way.
How you
You want to
doing,
give him a
guys?
Jets chant? I'll give him a
I
Jets
think
chant.
I don't
Hold on,
usually
Bobby. We gotta
publicly give
give
somebody a Jets chant, but that one deserved it.
Jets.
That was
I'm still
hilarious.
gonna talk shit to him.
OG, you're the man. Bobby, what's up, big guy? Good to see you.
Still
Hi,
gonna talk
guys.
shit.
I sat in my orange chairs this week on my show.
Oh
Sat
shit!
in
So
the-
what?
Let me call Guinness.
I sat in my orange chair twice this week in my show.
No, the people need to know.
Okay, I have to agree with.
This is definitely. Did you call? Wait, did you call the New York Post?
No, I'm just on Jake's show. on my
Do you
show.
have an alibi for about 4 hours ago?
Okay, no. Okay, Midnight
Oh.
Mike. I agree with you on the 2 shows you said. I'm combining those. I like
What on two
Beverly Hills. I like Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. Because
Hell
that
yeah.
was
They're
the
great
spin-off.
shows.
That was a spin-off.
Yes, it was.
Because the spin-off started on the summer when Kelly was falling in love with that older guy.
Jake.
Yeah, Jake, remember? Things were getting
Yep,
hot
I
in
do
there,
remember.
baby. Woo!
Let me tell you this, Bobby. When it comes to 90210, now when you watch it nowadays back on like Hulu or you watch it on the DVDs, they had to go in and change all the music. So both Melrose Place and 90210 used to have very popular music of the time, but they couldn't continue that on Hulu or DVDs. So they put in all this generic crap music. But I remember that when Dylan and Kelly cheated, when they were cheating behind Brenda's back while Brenda was in Paris, and then then Brenda came back and they had to tell Brenda that they were a couple now and she was pushed aside, that Losing My Religion by REM was the song playing. And every time it comes on, I always say to my wife or whoever, this is when they tell Brenda. This is when they tell Brenda that Dylan and Kelly are an item.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Okay, the second show I like is Hell's Kitchen.
Fair enough, but once again, a reality show.
Well, now
Reality show.
you picked the cartoon, so pipe down.
No, I didn't. Who picked the
Oh,
cartoon?
No, he did. Mike
No,
did.
I, as an honorable mention, I did Batman the Animated Series.
All right,
I like
honorable
Hell's
mention.
Kitchen. I like Hell's Kitchen. That's a TV show. Third show, I like Who's the Boss.
Attaboy.
Third,
Yeah.
Good one.
I like
fourth
Who's the Boss.
show, Facts of Life.
Okay.
And then fifth show, All in the Family.
All right, I can get behind some of these. I like it.
So, how are you
I like
guys
the
doing?
Hold on. I like the Facts of Life theme song more than I ever liked the show. Because the theme
I
song
love the
sticks in
show.
your head. You take
I had the
Love the
hospital
bed,
player.
dig
Okay,
in the
what was Facts of Life the spin-off of what show?
Mrs. Garrett was the maid on Webster.
Not Webster, no. You're
Oh,
getting
Different Strokes.
close.
No.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it.
Oh, it was Different Strokes.
Same
not
thing as
Webster.
fucking midget.
I was about to say, remember what was it, Apartment 227
Yeah, I love that
Was
show.
with Kim Fields, who then ended up on Living Single, right?
Yeah,
Kim Fields
yeah,
ended
yeah,
up doing Living
yeah.
Single. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we're
I
getting.
don't
Do you guys
think she
remember
was-
New York? Do you guys remember New York Undercover?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Never got
Dude,
into
that was
that.
that's an underrated cop show, and I know Bobby loves cop shows.
Yeah, never got into that one though.
You know what? Another
Just check it out.
top 5 we're gonna have to do is top 5 sketch comedy shows because there's a lot
Yeah.
to choose on that one.
The State.
Definitely.
State's good. Living Color. Kids in the Hall for me.
Tommy comes onto my show, guys. That's who that was. Tommy.
That was hilarious. That was so good. Oh my god, I'm still laughing about that.
He got
Yeah,
you
he-
good, Mike. He got
Yeah,
you
he's a good troll. He's a good troll.
He's
No,
not
I
a
kept saying-
troll.
he
ain't a
he
troll.
trolled.
No, he
trolled.
did
It was
not.
okay. I don't have a
He
problem with
was
Bobby.
That was
No.
hilarious. That was a troll to fuck with Mike. It was brilliant. It was great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm okay
He
with that.
played
You can
his
do that
role.
anytime you want.
That was
He
awesome. That
knows
was
his
fantastic.
role. All right, so you got Mets on next.
I do. I want to keep pointing out there. We got people now putting in top 5 TV show theme songs. Thank you
Yeah.
for being a friend. Thank you for being
Golden-
a friend.
Yeah, Golden Girls.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many I could sing. Family Ties, Growing Pains.
Oh yes.
They're
I
all
love
great
all
TV
shows.
show themes.
I love all shows.
Yeah, I think Cheers
Hey,
might take the cake on that one.
You know Richard Simmons?
Yeah, personally.
Yeah, he
No,
died.
I
Yeah.
mean, he
Yeah,
died,
it's a
but
shame he
guess
passed
what
away.
show he used to come on sometimes?
He was on lots of shows. He was on.
He used to show up on my show, General Hospital.
You should have got him on your show, Bobby. Before he
General
passed.
Hospital. No, General Hospital.
I know. I didn't watch General Hospital. I watched Days of Our Lives in Another World.
Some of us went
Days
to
of
church
Life was pretty
fucking-
good. I like that blonde head chick. What's her name?
I don't remember. See, once again, the only time I watched those was when I was homesick from school or on summer break because my mom
Yeah.
and my grandma
There
watched
you go,
them.
Stack. I'm
And
with
you
you
were
on
not.
those.
Yeah, you are not allowed to. Like when I was homesick or over the summer, I always wanted to watch my shows, but you were not stopping my mother or my grandmother from watching their stories.
Well,
So you
that's how I
kinda
got
s-
into General Hospital too. My
Yeah.
brother had scoliosis, right? He had the operation. He had to lay down 4 hours a day. So my mother picked during the
How
soap
can I
hours.
get this scoliosis?
So when I got home from school, I had to do a newspaper out, and then I watched it. So still hooked on that show. So guys, I let you go. Nice talking to you.
Bobby, we're
Nice
always
talking
happy
to
to
you,
see
Bobby.
It was a
I,
blast.
I always love when you call in, and I think Maddie. Did you hear how he described your show earlier?
What show?
Your show.
What show did you describe me as, Matty?
I described
He-
your
he- no, he
show.
did-
I described you as being the most prolific Jets content creator who creates almost no Jets content.
Well,
So
there's
you
their
guys just-
content and there's
There's
everything
some, but it's
in there.
mostly just you guys just hanging out talking.
No,
it's
they
like-
talk plenty Jets.
Well,
The
I
only
can't sit
thing
through
I don't
7
like
hours
them-
of it to get to it.
There's only one thing I don't like about talking about is the boxing. Boxing, do not talk on my channel about boxing. That's
Really?
it.
Well, you're
I
not
hate
Puerto Rican, so you don't get it.
I hate boxing.
I love boxing.
No, I
well,
love
the
boxing.
only reason why I don't
Hey, Alan.
remember Boo Boo Mancini.
A little before my time. I grew up.
No.
with
Okay, well, I'll tell you why. If you didn't remember that match, he faced the Alan. He faced a Korean guy, I guess, and he was kicking the butt out of this guy, right? So he told the referee he wanted to stop the match. The referee said, no, keep on going. Then the guy died at the hospital. So I hope that referee brought it to his grave. I hope so. He killed that
I
guy.
actually think I just saw a clip on that about that on YouTube or on Twitter the other day.
He killed that guy, that referee. I hope he's guilty as hell because he
Now-
killed the guy.
Bobby, you have to explain this to me because I know you and Alan are best buddies. He wrote, just tuned into your show, Mike and Matt. Enjoy the chemistry. My contrarian ways was always meant to be tongue in cheek, but it has resulted in threats on me. I will definitely scale away from YouTube. Good luck, boys.
I hope not, man. I like your takes. That's
What?
I'm not commenting. No
Bobby,
comment
why are
on
you
my-
threatening Alan? I know
No
it's you.
comment. No
You always
comment
resort
on
to
me.
What do you mean no
violence.
comment? When you say, how about this, Bobby? When you say no comment, is it because you actually know something?
I'm not saying a word. Pleading the fifth.
You can't do that. We need to know. This is the Midnight Mike show. It's late night. Most people aren't going to watch it, Bobby. So just tell us what the fuck's going on.
Alan,
Well,
hit me up on Twitter and let me know if nothing else. I'd like to
If you watch my before we came to your show, you'll see what happened.
Okay, that's good. I like that. You're gonna plug your own show, make me go and watch, go back and watch it
No,
to see
I'm
what
not gonna
happened to
say
Alan.
it. Yeah, see what all
How
his
about this?
fault.
How about this? How about this? Was it threats from you or just someone else on your show?
I'm not. Just watch it. Just watch it.
Today is not the day to be making threats on people. I'll tell you
Well, just
Yeah, no
watch
shit.
it.
that. Out
I'm
of
not
all
saying a
days.
word. Just go back to my show before I stop to come here. Okay.
See, now I think this is a work. Now I think this is a work. Because Alan comes in, please tune into Bobby's afternoon show today. So what they're doing is they're creating storylines like WWE on their shows, and then they go onto other shows and say, "Hey, this crazy shit happened." I don't know.
No.
I don't know. You're kind of looking like the big boss man right now, Bobby, and he's like Nails or he's like Akeem.
No,
and
no.
you're gonna.
I'm not gonna mention anybody on the show, but you go to my show next, the one I stopped to come to yours. Okay. That's all I gotta tell you.
Did it happen like timestamp? Like, did it happen like right before you came to me, or did it happen toward the beginning of the show?
In the middle of the show.
In the middle. All right, because
Yeah.
Assist My Suicide says Bobby, the promoter, smart businessman.
He's very
Who
shrewd.
said that?
And who's this guy? Who's this guy? Bobby's clan equals toxic cult.
I don't know who the guy is.
Oh my
I think
goodness!
you
Are you
should
guys
say
a cult,
retired?
Bobby?
Retired. I think you should retire your mouth.
Are you
That's what
are you trying to build like a cult?
No, I think retired to shut his mouth and retire his mouth.
Okay,
I
just
don't
please
know.
do not try to get all your people to drink any kind of like Powerade or Kool-Aid
No,
or
I'm
anything
not.
like that.
No, I'm not.
I'd be
Just
very
see
upset.
what happened. It's like in the middle of my show what happened to Alan. Okay.
Oh my goodness, look at this coming in. Scott is saying you suck.
Well, you suck too, Scott. That's a Miami Dolphin fan.
Oh, okay. I know what happened on your show. I just got it in. Bobby sniffed Alan's underwear and liked it. And then I guess Alan
that's
didn't.
not it. That's not it.
That's
Sean,
not true.
No,
You're gonna have to
Sean.
put, like, an
You don't
adult
even know me,
history
Sean. So
warning.
go to
There's
bed.
no truth to that.
No, Sean, you don't know me, so be quiet. Shh. Okay, let me off before I get crazy. Okay,
Bobby's gonna
All
do
right,
this
fair
from
enough,
that where he
fair
slams
enough.
Bobby.
guys.
What do you
it
mean,
People
was-
are liking it though. I'll say that.
Yeah, Bobby, everybody's digging it.
no, I didn't sniff. You sniffed Alan's underwear. Okay, what about that?
I
That's my-
sniffed Alan's underwear.
That's my friend Jay. Jay, you just cut Jay off. That's my friend Jay. All right, I'm heading
Well,
out.
Bobby, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Everyone check out Bobby's show. He's a legend. He has his corporate Zoom calls every day. Get in there and talk. Have a good time. All right, Bobby.
Okay,
have a good
Matt,
night.
I hope your
Bye,
knee
buddy.
feels better, Matt. I hope your
I'll
knee
keep you
feels
guys
better.
updated.
You got to get
I don't know.
surgery, man. You gotta
I don't know
get
what's gonna
surgery.
happen. I gotta go see.
They're
a
going to give you
specialist.
microscopic surgery, I bet.
Well, let's
Trust
hope
me.
not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, that's what's going to happen. You just said what happened to your knee again?
There's a fracture in it, and apparently I've got arthritis because I'm old.
Oh,
But,
well, I got plenty of arthritis all over my body. Trust me.
But so I don't know.
I
I won't know
understand
anything
that.
really until I go get.
All right. Be good, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday night.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later.
Okay, bye now.
All right, Maddie. We made a joke with Bobby earlier, wondering where he was a couple hours ago, but I think that should really be questioned to our next guest, because I don't think an alibi is had for a couple hours ago with
Is this
Mets
the bastard son of
2128.
the Aflac Duck?
Hey guys,
There he is.
Mets, and his shirt is all red.
I wasn't in
Is that-
Pennsylvania, so
Sure, you weren't.
That's
Look,
not what the chat is saying.
I'm going to say this. In regards to the assassination attempt, it's clear that those in power don't want Trump back in, and they're willing to get rid of him at any and all costs, or fuck over the election at any and all costs.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm number one, or I'm sorry, Mike is number one. I'm number two. Mets is number three. In the comments, which of us looks most likely to have done the shooting?
I may be a pro-gun advocate, but I suck with a gun.
we all are, but we want to know who looks like the person
This
who
guy.
would do something like
It's
that.
like a scene in Dumb and Dumber where he's like, "Who's the dead man through the salt shaker?" And he's all.
Fuck you, assholes.
You come here for this. You
that's
love it.
funny.
Oh, that was funny.
Top 5 shows I would like to.
Yeah, hit us.
Retro TV shows, I'd say.
They don't have to be retro.
Well, Mr. Ed for my number 5.
Wow.
To watch Mr. Ed back in the day.
Um,
It's a shame he was outed as such a racist on Chappelle's show.
Mhm.
Did you ever see that?
You nerd.
We are so fucking off the air now.
I didn't say it. I
I
just
meant the
started.
original.
You got a
Mr.
full
Ed
syllable
from the
into it. We're
I meant the
doomed.
original Mr. Ed from the 60s with Alan Young.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. Was there another one?
There was a failed pilot at a reboot in
Did
2004.
they really? What a terrible
Oh, no. I'm black and white, Mr. Ed. Wilbur.
Leave that phone alone.
My number 4, I'll say. Hogan's Heroes.
Okay.
My number 3, NCIS. The OG one. My mom had me binge watch a lot of them before I moved into this house, and she still binge watches the new episodes from time to time. My number 2,
Okay.
Saved by the Bell, the original.
Oh,
Fuck the
love
reboot.
Saved by the Bell. Oh, yeah.
Fuck the reboot. And my number 1, I'll say Boy Meets World.
Okay, Boy Meets World. Hey, I like a lot of those TGIF shows. I mean,
gotta do
one-
something better with
Honorable
this.
mentions would have been Full House or and Family Matters.
How about the episode where Urkel came on to Full House? Do you remember that?
The one where Stephanie felt like she was going to get mocked because of her new glasses.
Correct. And Steve Urkel tried to calm her down because he's obviously such a good-looking guy with his glasses, and it just made her feel worse.
And
Back in
Jesse
the day-
felt like his group was being thrown off with a nerd in the house.
Back in the day, I used to do a pretty mean Urkel impression. I can't do it anymore because my voice changed during puberty.
Same with
But
me.
and I also enjoyed Urkelo's cereal.
Never had
Good
the
stuff.
cereal though.
Oh my god, I hate it. I have a question since we're talking about classic TV. So obviously dogs don't live as long as people, and Lassie was a full-grown dog by the time Timmy was about
don't?
6. So I'm thinking by the time like Timmy was about 12, Lassie probably died. How long do you think Timmy's dumbass lasted after that dog wasn't around to save him all the time? I think he got 6 weeks.
Oh yeah,
before he
not long.
died in a well, like just, and his mom was like, it had to happen.
I loved Lassie. I loved Father Knows Best. I loved Leave It
My
to
Three
Beaver.
Sons.
My Three Sons. I loved the original. I loved the original 1960s Dennis the Menace. That show is fucking underrated. Yeah,
very underrated. Great show. Mr. Wilson was the best.
Well, the first Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, and you get the marathons of westerns. I tend to leave on the station. I leave the television on here, like The Rifleman, Gunsmoke, Bonanza, The Maverick, The Rifleman, Wagon Train.
Hell yeah, man! I just watched. I fucking loved. I watched Big Jake, the movie, the other day with John Wayne, the Duke. Good movie. Check out Big Jake and Hondo.
And to think that Bonanza actually got itself a steakhouse chain named after it.
Which one?
Bonanza.
Oh yeah, and it was the guy who was in Bonanza who like funded the chain, right?
Yeah, that and its sister chain, Ponderosa.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shame there's only one left of the Ponderosa that I know of down in Kissimmee.
Oh yeah, Kissimmee is one of my favorite places. That's where all the Disneys are. Disney, Epcot, all that shit. Hondo and Big Jake, fantastic. Hell yeah, they are.
I used to go to one.
Is this true? That you still watch Eureka's Castle?
Used to, but no longer.
I
mean, I was like 5 or 6 when I watched it.
That's just my fingers, guys. That's just my fingers. Oh, and maybe my beard. Inappropriate. Okay. But anyway, yes, Mets. So you were nowhere near Pennsylvania today.
No, I mean, right.
All right. Okay, good. I'm glad. I know.
Because if I was going to be
no.
And if I was going to be in Pennsylvania at any point this week, I would have been up there Wednesday for the all-day farmers market.
Not better.
I don't know what I'm saying, but New York Jets superfan tells me I'm on fire tonight. Well, then hit the like button if you haven't. Hit the like button for me being on fire tonight.
You go to a small town called either Hometown, Pennsylvania, maybe it was Tamaqua, you'll find this huge farmers market. And if you stop by the Amish section, they have some of the best slow-cooked Amish beef jerky.
I love beef jerky. Dude, I was up at Mystic, Connecticut, and they have a whole store dedicated to beef jerky. A whole store.
Beef jerky.
Like, I fucking love it. I actually, you know what? We're talking about being in Pennsylvania.
After this,
I just want to let everybody know Midnight Mike Tour 2024 is all in effect. Not this week, but the week after. I'm going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm going to be in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. I am going to be at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia. I am going to be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I'm going to be at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So if you're anywhere near any of those places you want to come say hi, please let me know, because I'm doing a little tour of this part of the country, this little like Middle Eastern, not Middle East, but the Middle Eastern part of the United States.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me. I got my fill of you months ago.
Sending you a link. I'm sending you a link to the address of the market. I'm sending the coordinates to the marketplace. At least in the chat. If you ever want, I can't.
Where is this place? What's the state?
It's in Pennsylvania, a small town called Tamaqua.
Make sure you take lots of pictures. They love that.
I will take plenty of pictures of myself in all these places, folks. And I will send them to you.
Witness the murder in a bathroom and you have to kidnap a really hot Amish chick. Just roll with it.
All right. Cool Hand Luke, Life with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy, Heat, my top 3 movie-wise.
Cool Hand Luke's a classic.
Yeah, but that was out of nowhere.
Infrared lives by his own set of rules. He's truly free.
Bullshit, Sean, by the way. Traveling is not overrated. I love myself a road trip. Love it. Let's go through a few more of these comments. We're getting up on the 2 hour. Actually, we got to get to this this Midnight Mike Show Theater. Are there any rooftops near those places with a good view of where you'll be? I'm sure there's actually plenty. I'm sure there's actually plenty.
Remember, don't aim for the ear.
Does anyone else think that Mets and Sean Neutron have the same setup, bookcases, doors, and all? Yeah, that's true. I'm not, except the difference is that he has Vikings helmets in front of him, and Mets here just has the AR-15 with the smoking barrel.
Speaking of Sean, I've spoken to him a few times on Twitter. He's been dealing with some stuff. So Sean, just want to let you know if you're watching, we're thinking of you. We're with you, bud.
Wait, what happened? I was just checking. So what happened? Did something happen to Sean?
He's not feeling well. He's been just really under the weather, and he's that's why he hasn't called in. He said he's just feeling not up to snuff, and he's dealing with some shit like health wise. So I just want to make sure that he he knows that we love him on the show, and we are thinking of him and wishing him the best.
All right. Well, it has come to that time in the night. We are about to watch the highlights and celebrate the New York Jets 2010 divisional playoff win against the New England Patriots. So, Mets, do you have anything else to say before we let you go?
Why do you have a 2014 Lions game on in the background? Game against the Lions on in the background.
I put random games on, and it's not 2014. It's 2010.
Close enough. But it's still against the Lions, right?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. The Jets end up winning this game in overtime. Spoiler alert. But Mets, have a good night. Please don't make any more attempts on anyone's life.
I haven't.
Okay, good. Because we want to make sure you'll be here next week and during the Tuesday shows.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Love
all right,
too,
Maddie.
Doctor,
here we go. Let's see what we're doing here. All right. We are going to be celebrating the Jets divisional games. I just have to get everything pulled up correctly on Midnight Mike Show Theater. Let's get this game down. Hold on one second, folks. And I will have it playing behind me. I will have some of the audio. I believe Rich Eisen on the call for the game or for the highlights, which is always nice because he's a big Jets fan. We'll bring that to there. And it's time, ladies and gentlemen. And this one is a surprise. Like I said, by the way, Maddie, do you have one for next week or are we once again?
I'll come up with one by Tuesday. I usually announce it Tuesday. So
okay, fair enough.
I got a couple candidates, but I'm trying to not pick another Saturday Night Live sketch, but they do have some great ones.
Dude, I almost picked one for tonight.
Yeah,
but I wanted to give people this is something I know everyone has seen, so I figured this was safe. But there was definitely one I saw that it was once again a new one. I'm starting to get them in my YouTube algorithms because of the ones we watched.
Right.
And it was one like your straight male friend or something like that. Have you ever seen that one?
I don't think I've seen it, but I'd have to Google it on.
Yeah, it's like it was like a skit where you can hire, like for gay guys and whatever, you can hire a straight male friend to hang out with to kind of put a little diversity in your group. And it's pretty funny. I enjoyed it. But okay, let's get to this, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Midnight Mike Show Theater.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
And now, our feature presentation.
It is time for Midnight Mike Show Theater. Now, folks, usually what we do on this show is we give you a video to watch over the course of the next week, and then we review it on this show. Because I didn't have that prepared, I decided for Midnight Mike Show Theater to just do something we've all seen and we can all enjoy together. And it is once again the 2010 AFC Divisional Playoff game, Jets versus the Patriots in Foxborough. You said you remember that game. You got nice and drunk, Maddie. I also was probably drinking. Yeah, had a great time.
It still gets brought up every once in a while.
All right, let's start it.
The main event.
Last game of the weekend. Rex Ryan having fun, smiling. Bill Belichick. That's how he comes prepared. Antonio Cromartie. After a mouthful.
I want to point something out real quick, and I'm sorry to stop this so quick, but I do the way Belichick looks like the way Belichick looks like a homeless person on the sideline.
Dude,
and
that
even,
was his MO forever.
I know, but even Rex and what he's wearing, like, don't you miss coaches wearing like suits and hats?
Even just like a respectable like half or quarter zip, something like that. Like I don't expect you to look like Bear Bryant, but like don't like Bill Belichick with obviously his hand cut off fucking hoodie and like all that shit. I'm just like, dude, stop looking like if you're sitting there with a cup of coffee, somebody's gonna throw change in it.
Yeah, it's have some respect for the position. Like you're a head coach, don't look like a homeless person. Yeah.
Wes Welker didn't start because of the stealth foot bomb.
Oh yeah, remember that? Wes Welker got in trouble and couldn't start.
Yeah, because he get like do a bunch of Molly or something?
Yeah, he got in trouble for some, and this was This was Gronk's first playoff game. There it is, interception.
Interception in 339 attempts without
what a run back, almost all the way.
Touchdown, saving tackle. What was the mistake here?
See, like Rex at least looks somewhat respectable. He's got a sweater on.
Let's watch this replay. Nice interception. But once again, a big dude. He's not going to outrun some of these other guys. Gets taken down at about the 12. Sanchez trips Sean Green. Sanchez is so overrated.
Green comes out, LT comes in, and Sanchez dumps it off to LaDainian, who gets tackled by his offensive line.
Oh, well, they're good tacklers. Great play.
That is so embarrassing. First he trips Sean Green, then LaDainian Tomlinson just runs into his own offensive line and gets knocked down.
Is that the same folk who won it? Won it last week.
It looked like it might be good.
Yo, people forget that when we won this game handily, okay? We won this game convincingly. People forget that that interception that brought us down to the 12-yard line, we got 0 points out of. So this game could have been even bigger of a defeat. Just want to point that out.
Good. Rex doesn't challenge it.
Upright? Is it over? The upright should be good then.
That's actually a field goal, by the way.
Challenge, though. You don't challenge that.
Brady's mistake leads to no points. Still scoreless with 4 minutes to go in the half. First quarter, Wes is back. Wes is back off of the bench.
Suspension.
Well, I guess he even returned the first punt, so it really wasn't that long that he stayed there. Brady begins to get things going on right now. Finds Algie Crooklyn.
Methodical drive.
28-yard gain.
That's a big man.
7th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive. Brady looks for the big man in the end zone, but
come on,
Patriots take the 6-0 lead.
Just did not come up with the play.
Next play, Sean Ellis.
Oh,
coming
he
up with
didn't
a
catch
big
it.
sack of Tom Brady. The Jets
I'm sorry, I need to go back. It sure
I
looked
haven't
like
thought about Sean Ellison forever. That dude was a bad mofo.
I'm gonna go back. That sure to me looked like
to
looked like a touchdown. Hold on 1 second. Let's check this pass again. Brady, fake handoff over the middle. Oh, okay, he did drop it. Okay, fair enough.
Next play, Sean Ellis coming up with a big sack of Tom Brady. The Jets were able to get pressure with their front four, and it caused Brady and the Patriots to settle for a field goal there instead of getting a touchdown. It's just 3-0 New England. Sanchez, after having no offensive touchdowns the first quarter again, points for Braylon Edwards to go upfield, and he finds his big receiver.
I'm sorry, if a quarterback can literally point to where he's throwing the ball
and make that play,
that is all on the defense. That is hard.
Yeah, if you're the defense, like, how do you go back to the sideline and look anybody in the eye?
LaDainian Tomlinson with the touchdown. It is 7-3 Jets, and there's Brady throwing it at the ground. The Jets defense, they definitely confused. Look, Tom's pissed. And that's when playing Tom Brady, that's when you knew you had him. Not a lot of people had Tom Brady, but when you could get under his skin and you see him, and he's walking off the field and throwing his helmet or screaming or doing shit like that, That's when you know you have Tom Brady's number that day.
Points in a situation he normally does with less than 2 minutes before the half. And then what do the Patriots do? They go for a fake punt in their own end, down by 4, and it doesn't work as Patrick Chung muffs it.
One of these gutsy calls to fake punt it in your own territory. If it works, you look like a genius.
Once again, I'm not going to give the Jets defense credit on that one because he's the one who dropped it. Like, he could have feasibly had a chance at that. LaDainian down to the 20.
Tackles right to the edge of the red zone. 16-yard gain to the 21. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 in the red zone. Braylon Edwards makes a catch.
Braylon Edwards dragging 2 guys into the end zone with him. He wanted it.
That's what Braylon Edwards in this place says. Look at it. It's about who wants it more.
Yes.
You take Merriweather and McCourty, 2 Pro Bowlers, into the end zone with you. Great play, Braylon.
14-3, Jets on top at the half, and then the first possession of the second half, the Jets take the law firm and shut it down.
This is going to be a true test to see if we can do things like this without getting demonetized. Now, once again, I don't care if we get demonetized because that's such a small portion of the revenue that comes in from like this channel. Obviously, super chats and memberships are what really help out. And by the way, you know what?
Our endorsement deals are really where we make our money.
Yeah. But yeah, this will be a test to see. We'll see because I'm playing a lot of this audio.
Sean Green runs between the tackles here for a 20-yard gain to the Patriots 42. 3 plays later, Cam Sanchez and the Jets tack on points.
Now, as a Jets fan, I want to point out that it's the third quarter with 4 minutes remaining in the game, or in the third quarter. 14-3 Jets.
And we don't feel safe.
No, yeah, any other team would feel a little bit like, okay, we have a good shot. I had none of those feelings during this game.
Edge of your seat for every second of this.
Yes. And that's the curse of being a Jets fan.
OG, what is it you need to hear? I'm sorry, dude. I saw your comment. I just didn't respond quick enough. Night, Dano.
Pieces come off the helmet. Eric Smith unloads on the Patriots. Good little foot soldier. Next play, Brady looking for the big man again in the end zone analogy. Crumpler holds on this time. And it's 14-9. Why are we mentioning that score? Because what does the folks say?
The chart says go for 2 if it's late.
Only if it's Bill Belichick's chart. And what a great play. Sandy Morris comes in the backfield and Brady hands it off to him for the 2-point conversion.
I like it. I like it.
Love you too, bud. That's why we were where we were.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, oh, here's the Jets being the Jets again.
That's happened to us too many times. We've been hurt before.
Sanchez to a wide open. Who was that? Jericho. I can't even see. Wow. That was beautiful. Jericho Cotry leapfrogging people. Dude, I love games like this. Like you just saw Sanchez running down the field and he all the breath, all the steam. That catch was outstanding. I hope they show it. Santonio Holmes barely 2 feet. Here it is. Look at that. One knee and the foot. Oh. The Jets needed so much to go right in this game, and it did.
10-point lead now with 10 minutes to go, and that's when the Brady and the Patriots went on a methodical drive down the field. Deion Branch with an 8-yard gain on 3rd and 6.
He's talking junk.
6 plays later, 12th play of the drive. Tom Brady to
you got enough time.
Somebody,
but no one's open. You had enough time once again. 4-man rush.
It's a coverage sack. 13th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 13. Tom Brady
got enough
shuts it down.
He has all day right now.
Dude, I mean, Jesus, man.
No one's open.
I feel like I should have timed that. Like that, he had all day.
He had like 15 seconds.
Yeah. And credit the Jets secondary.
So Darrelle Revis had to come out due to injury. It's 4th and 13. Revis isn't on the field, and Brady and Branch cannot connect. And the Patriots turn down the field goal with a wind in their face and 52 yards. Instead, they go for it and come up empty on a drive that lasted 7.5 minutes.
That drive lasted 7.5 minutes. Like 2.5 minutes was that one play where he was running around the field.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 timeouts left, and now the ball, and Julian Edelman running up the seam.
Fucking Edelman.
Turn. Somebody's out of their lane on punt coverage, and the punter has to make the tackle to save the day.
What was the design? He just got it and hit that hole.
Night, Nate.
40-yard punt return, setting the Patriots up shot on the plus side of the field again. Gronkowski now takes the Patriots inside the red zone.
See, 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. We're up by 10, and it's still, you're just like, the Tom Brady's going to find a way.
Like nothing is written in stone.
Go down to the 2 minute warning on this.
Cannot get out of bounds, meaning it's time for Shane Graham to come in, hopefully to get the field goal off before the 2 minute warning so they could use it as a timeout.
Nope.
If they should
Didn't get it off on time.
warning comes, and that's
And he
one thing.
missed it.
Kick is no good.
Not that it matters.
No, but it's funny that happened.
Yeah, and then he hits the one on the inside of the 2 minute warning. Onside kick, and it looks like it pops through.
We do not teach going down at Florida State. We go to the house.
I mean, instead of jumping on the ball, it's Antonio Cromartie.
I want to point out that there's something that the Jets need to bring back, and I'm disappointed that they don't do it enough. The Jets, in this era, they need when something big happens, those flying around the field with their arms extended. I love that shit. What?
I said I could live with that. I like it.
Rex runs into the end zone and gets penalized. Love it. Love it. He knew that's when you know the game is over, when Rex will take a 15-yard penalty. And look at his fat ass.
I know, dude. It is the most awkward. This is what I imagine the Hamburglar looks like when he's evading Mayor McCheese's special sauce police.
Or the Grimace.
Nah, Grimace would be worse.
There it is. There it is. We need to bring that back.
Bring that back. I'm with you. See you later, OG Jets fan. You were hilarious tonight, brother.
Yeah, you dickwad. They still score a touchdown with 24 seconds left on the clock. That's why I'm saying this game was the score of this game looks a lot closer than it actually was. The Jets beat the Patriots. That last touchdown was the Jets just playing around. Well, there it is, folks. And I'd have to say that's probably one of the best moments in New York Jets history, without a doubt.
I would agree.
I mean, at least in our lifetime, because obviously you want to put like Super Bowl III, the AFL Championship game versus the Raiders, things like that. But that game was completely outstanding and fun to watch.
Yeah, that was good.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Midnight Mike Show Theater. Like I said, usually on Midnight Mike Show Theater, what we'd like to do is have you guys be able to watch it before we talk about it and do all that stuff. But I will take the blame on that one. It didn't happen that way, and I apologize. But like I said, I come back next Saturday night. We'll do another Midnight Mike Show Theater, and hopefully Tuesday night, Maddie can come with some sort of video that we can all watch together, and then we'll watch it, on the show behind me like we did. So, Maddie, great fun show tonight. We had a lot of fun. Let's all hope that President Trump is doing okay and that there's no more casualties or any other life-threatening injuries that came out of that ridiculous display in Pennsylvania. And we just wish, obviously, well wishes to the president, and our condolences to the family who lost a loved one today.
Absolutely. Just what a crazy time we live in, man. I'm telling you.
And it's like, and I mean, nobody else since Reagan. This hasn't. I mean, Bush got Bush Jr. got a boot thrown at his face, right?
Yeah, but that like the last time this happened, I mean, I was a little kid. I remember vaguely
81.
Yeah, I was like 3, and I remember my parents freaking out at the TV, and I was like, and that might have been something else, but yeah, I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime type thing. So
absolutely. Okay, Maddie, let's call it a night here, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday night, 10 p.m.
See you Tuesday. Love your eyes, love your thighs. Deuces, gooses.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on the Midnight Mike Show. I really do appreciate it. We no longer apparently could stream on Twitter, so I would appreciate everybody giving the likes down below and maybe sharing the link to this show, on Twitter, or I'll probably put it up too. If you haven't yet, I am over on Twitter, on Instagram, on all those social media, on Rumble. What else? I can't even. I'm on everything. I've branded myself pretty damn good. Everything is at Midnight Mike Show, spell MIDNITE Mike Show. And remember, if you want the stickers, I have like a grouping of 4 or 5 of you that will be going out in the next wave of stickers. Just email me at midnightmikeshow@gmail.com. And while supplies last, you'll get the Midnight Mike Show holographic mid-century modern sticker. And everyone will be receiving the Midnight Mike Show New York Jets logo for your water bottle, for your car, for your computer, wherever you want to put it, stick it, and put it out there that you are a fan of the show. So I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, let's hit that New York Jets song. I am Midnight Mike. This is the show for blue-collar Jets fans that bleed green. I am excited for the season coming up. We are a month away from New York Jets football. Like, damn, I'm excited. We have never been a live show during a New York Jets season. I started covering the New York Jets last season, mid-season around, but that was just videos, not live content. I am so excited to talk to you guys with Maddie during actual Jets football. It's going to be awesome. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host, and I can't wait to see you next time.